After I retired, I had made some bad investments, and also I had a couple of businesses that failed that took a big portion of my retirement. And then I had a serious medical condition that caused me not to work while I was going through treatment. It was like a domino effect. Transmission went on my vehicle. I got laid off. I got evicted. It was like a punch in the gut. Suddenly, I'm unable to provide for my family. Every day was a struggle, loss of hope. It's kind of ironic that a person that was the homeless intervention coordinator would become homeless.
So I'm going to give you a nice little haircut. Let me know what you want, how you want it, and then we'll go from there, all right?
Thank you.
Nice, bro. Absolutely. How you doing today?
I'm fine.
Doing good. My name's Corporal Adrian Maldonado, and I work for the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, homeless intervention team. When you're meeting people at their worst of the worst, let me know if it's too tight. If not, no.
That's
It's
fine.
good?
That's fine.
It's just literally just walk with love and compassion.
I'm Deputy Jim Mackey. I work for the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
¿Cómo está? El Mackey. Aha.
And I'm part of the homeless intervention team.
Some longer ones.
25 years in the system. It turned into a passion. I'm addicted to the people smiling. Why I really got involved, this area, it was a little trailer park down the street. So I go there and this 19-year-old girl, beautiful little girl standing in front of us saying, hey, I need help. I'm going to dial all the phone numbers. And I want to say it was just before New Year's Day. So it was, the entire county's closed down the week of Christmas through New Year's. I wasn't able to get her anything. I had no access to hotels, nothing. I knew nothing. Gave her my card. I said, I'm going to check on you tomorrow. I tried calling, phone shut off. I tried driving down there the next couple of days, couldn't find her. Myself and her mother have never heard from her again. It's over 5 years ago. Do I have that heart feeling that she's dead? Yes, absolutely. I was unprepared. I'm affected every single day emotionally. That's why I try to help so much. Today, if I had that same incident happen, I would be able to assist that person with whatever they needed.
How long has it been since you got a haircut?
Maybe 4 months.
4 months. My first interaction with law enforcement is when the SWAT team raided my house. My mom went off to jail. This guy went off to jail. They became fugitives. We became homeless, bouncing back and forth from California and Florida. When I was about 7 years old, he got beyond hammered one night, grabbed a beer bottle, smashed on my mom's face. Old Lake Worth Police Department showed up, and they took the guy down at gunpoint in the middle of the intersection. These guys showed up and they brought peace to my home, and they took the bad man to jail. So at that moment in my life, I was like, hey, when I grow up, I want to become one of these guys to make sure this doesn't happen to anybody else's mother. That same year, I was sexually molested by a very close family member. So growing up, I really never had any structure, life skills. No one ever taught me about finances, money, and just trying to figure this thing called life out. And then, you're still dealing with all that baggage, that trauma, and eventually, I become a law enforcement officer. I'm very open about my story because I need to connect with these folks.
I fought a drug and alcohol addiction, give or take, most of my adult years. And at one point in my life, I was homeless.
Crystal Ritchie. Oh boy. The Walgreens at Malaga Military Trail, I was getting a lot of complaints. And as I'm walking around, I see off to my right, Crystal's there just sitting, I think in a milk crate or a chair of some sort.
It was my getaway from the world.
She really wasn't that talkative, but I just started talking.
Well, he came in at a time of my downfall, perfect timing, told me a little bit of his story. And I was a little adamant about listening to him. The trust factor was a big thing, and I had my stigma about officers. He handed me his card, and at the end told me, just give him a call whenever I'm ready.
And she's like, hey, remember me? It's just like your story impacted me, and now I'm staying at the shelter, and on it goes.
I'm actually a waitress for 2 jobs, for two different places. I do volunteering.
Her credit score is going up, and her finances are going up, and little by little, her life is getting restored, and that's just, champion alongside her.
He's definitely become family. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. He's done a lot for me.
The face of homelessness has changed. It's just not a guy or a lady holding a sign anymore.
A lot of them work as your servers, as your hostesses, as your bartenders, as your auto mechanics.
Families are being impacted nowadays. The elderly population is getting hammered.
Well, they say the number this past year was 2,136 people.
Yeah, it's easy to see the obvious homeless people, but the ones that are sleeping in cars, the hidden homeless as I call it, you're never going to see those people.
Our true numbers are between 14 to 18,000.
So homeless is an issue that we have to deal with. We can't turn our back on it because it exists. So to pretend that it doesn't is not going to get you anywhere.
HOA had a way to go home.
In October, the law kicks in where if they're camping out here on the street, you have the ability to arrest them, which is not the right way to go.
I'm not here to give you a hard time. I'm not here to arrest you guys, trespass you guys, but I'm here to educate and help however I can.
Arrest is not the solution. Now, there might be some circumstances where we have to.
The homeless intervention team is 2 deputies run around the county trying to help people, get people off the streets, realizing there's problems.
These deputies, they know how to get the people in touch with the right services, and usually the first step is to get them in recovery.
We're the first responders, basically.
We really just want to help people become self-sufficient, self-sustaining, become productive members of our society again.
The guys that work in this, they're tremendous. They have a lot of personal stories that they do and things that I found out that were incredible.
Hi, Danielle. How are you? Forever to see you.
Danielle went through some life strife.
No one expects to be homeless.
We had met, had a great interaction. She accepted anything and everything.
You got 5 kids living in a van. That's not suitable.
The tools were there to help them regain their status or go to whatever direction they wanted to go. It became easy. A couple of phone calls, a couple of contacts.
I was scared that, I'd lose my kids.
Got her housing, and now she's working for the sheriff's office as a crossing guard.
I have a roof over my head now. My kids are happy. They're doing great. So am I. I'm still looking for work and trying to take any opportunity I can to just move forward.
They help these people, not because they have to, but because they want to. All right? And they want to get the people, back into being productive citizens in the county.
Did you hear? I went back to school. I got certified in home health aide, trying to get into youth development.
Man, I'm proud of you. Because of the people on the street, we've solved a lot of crimes.
Our homeless interdiction team deals with the homeless so much, they pretty much know who's where.
When our deputy ended up getting stabbed,
You started with nothing, not even knowing who this guy was.
I got a phone call from our violent crimes division sending me a photo of this gentleman.
To somebody that worked in that area, recognizing that they dealt with him.
I quickly made a phone call to one of my guys on the streets.
To the real resource, which was the homeless intervention people.
And he confirmed the identity of the individual. And he was at the Green Acres Library at the time. He goes, Candy, he's like 6 computers away from me. This is what he's wearing. And I relayed that information to the detectives.
And where they have dealt with him.
They got the ball rolling, implemented a game plan, and they got the guy.
Contacted his mom, dealing with mental health.
We're putting on classes for all of the deputies to understand how the system works and how they can get people into the resources and the network that they need to get into. So we're trying to expand it rather than just put everybody into this one unit, give them the understanding on, how to get people where they need to be.
It takes a big person to admit I'm homeless and I need help. I'm retired Corporal James Skippy Moss, and I was the homeless intervention coordinator for the last 12 years of my career. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Foundation presented me the Above and Beyond Award for all the work I did for homeless intervention.
So this coworker called me saying, hey, you know, Skippy's homeless. So of course, I was just like, what? How does that happen, you know?
When I bumped into him a month ago, he says, Skippy, I got you. And he has. He's restored hope for me and my family. No, it's been a long road.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
You're welcome. So with all that being said, man, have a seat for me if you can. So I'm gonna come through. Like I said, we're in this together.
Yeah.
All right. Your brother for life.
Oh, absolutely.
So on behalf of the Sheriff's Office Foundation, I want to present you with a $5,000 check.
Wow, man.
And then security deposit for your part. All right. We got this.
This is life changing.
Thanks for paving the way for me. I keep these photos in my office, kind of seeing where they were at, where they are now. It's just like, you know, just to be able to help people, bring the best out of them, and to be able to impact people's lives. It's just amazing.